Conditions on the Ley today, it's a grey lady, or as I like to say, a grey lady. Grey lady, yes, all right. So I'm here at Orchardleigh Church again, St Mary's, which is just down there. And I've also fortuitously found some kind of structure near the church, which I think was a sundial or something. Bit battered, looks a bit like Trig Point, doesn't it? It's episode 2 of Walking the Energy Lines today, and we're continuing this meander through Somerset, following the St Mary and St Michael energy lines to some intriguing and slightly bizarre possible haunted locations. I've been into the church last time, and I only noticed it in the editing, that there was a synchronicity that I missed. I've been listening to the Templar Knights story, and it turns out that that church has an association with the Templar Knights that built the church, or associated with the church, was from the Champagne region, which was an epicentre of early Templar Knights. So another synchronicity to add to the list. Might have that one today, number 1. So on today's walk, I've got the Orchardleigh Stones, where the St Michael line goes right the way through it. So I'll be exploring that. I'll be looking at the hamlet of Bedlam. Don't know if there's anything there. And the 2 churches that I'll be looking at today, not that this is becoming a church walk thing. St Mary's Magdalene Church in Great Elms, and then on to St Andrew's in Mells, where I'll finish the walk. And both of which have the St Michael line going through it. So let's get going. So today's walk is 5.35 miles, and it should take 2 hours 26. And then head over to the Orchardleigh Stones. There are some golfers around today, so I better watch my balls. Watch their balls. So, talking about synchronicities, a few things to note before I get too far into this walk. Hole 6 and 5, for instance. See if those numbers turn up. I thought, well, how am I going to relate whether there's a synchronicity or not? So I thought I'll just think of a couple of random things to start the walk. Firstly, I went to Butcher's yesterday and bought a goat curry. He had goat sausages and everything. He must have had a run on goats. So anything goat related would be good. Going to Wales tomorrow, from Somerset over the bridge to Wales. Might be some kind of Welsh connection today. Welsh words. And finally, I was going to use the last bit of music on my Spotify when I arrived. See what it's called and who it's by. AI Absolutely Painting. Play a bit of that. Let's see if we get any synchronicities there. That way I can convey rather than just you think I'm making it up. And I'll talk about Carl Jung and his explanation of synchronicities as we go on. One lone golfer there, looking for his balls. Weather's turning. It is due to rain and sleet today. Quite cold, but I've warmed up now. I found the Orchardleigh Stones. Here they are. Magnificent, actually. Sat on the top of this mountain. Sat on the top of this hill. Over dramatic there. Apparently, Orchardleigh Stones were part of a stone circle. And as I've mentioned before, the ley line runs right the way through. There is something quite mystical about this being a stone circle, and these are the only two stones left, which could have been in the centre. It does align, again, running east to west, possibly to do with the sun at the solstice. You could describe it as just a scratch post for a sheep, I suppose, but they are two hefty big stones, and to move them and put them in that position, there must have been a reason for it. So it has been confirmed as a Neolithic site, so people would have come here, no doubt, again, to celebrate and maybe have some kind of festival. Oh, and hello, there are some other stones dotted around, possibly in a circle around it. So it could have been a combination between a long barrow and a circle of some description. Fascinating. Possibly 4,000 years old. Part of some kind of solstice tradition, and apparently somewhere you can see a face in it, although I've not really found it yet. If you keep staring at it though, a face might appear. Oh look, there is some sheep wool there. Maybe it is a scratching post for sheep after all. So apparently this has been called the Lost Circle in Somerset. It has to be said, it does make sense because there isn't really a circle, although I can visualise it now I'm here. And this is the thing about the science of it, isn't it? You have to come to these places. You can't just rely on, you know, internet and especially AI. That's shit. The line runs right the way through it. Now again, I haven't looked at the map just yet. I'm going to try the dowsing first, see how I get on. Straight away, these are going bizarre. I know it's going to go that way. I'll do it a few more times and then I'll come back and let you know my scientific investigation on dowsing at the Orchardleigh Stones. Right, okay, I'm not even trying to concentrate or empty my mind. I'm just thinking of the St. Michael line, and here I've just come down the road there, and that line there is exactly lined up to the tall stone, going in a straight line. I've done it quite close by, and I've done it as far as I can go in this enclosure. Again, dowsability scores very high, and I'm becoming more and more convinced. I've only been doing this a couple of weeks, and I'm having quite a lot of success with dowsing rods. It's a very subjective thought about how you feel at a place like this. I'd say that there is a nice calming feeling here, and it's a lovely view, cracking viewpoint. So as an artefact, I think it does score quite highly. It is quite unusual to just be sat here on top of a hill. Synchronicities, no synchronicities as it stands at the moment, other than the Templar Knights from where I began the walk. My resonant grounding experience, other than the fact that it's a little bit chilly today, it is actually quite a calming place, bizarrely. And dowsability, well, no doubt in it actually. I'll add those scores to the next two places I'm going to visit today. And for now, I've enjoyed my little stop at Orchardleigh Stones. Very nice. Right, down to Bedlam. in the lost Inca city of... No, I'm not. It's just actually railway infrastructure, but isn't it nice? Very well detailed. Don't build anything like that anymore, but it does look quite tropical being down there. Oh, sun's coming out now. That's the energy line. And a quarry near Bedlam. That to me is a proper old lime kiln. The name Bedlam comes from the Old English word chaos, often linked to the mental asylums. This isn't a village full of escaped lunatics. At least I don't think it is anyway. But the mere fact that it's called Bedlam is enough to attract my interest. Welcome to Bedlam. If you ever wanted to know what Bedlam looks like, this is it. A peaceful, tranquil little place with a couple of houses and very nice looking properties, may I say. No one knows really where it got its name from. Maybe some kind of historic unrest. Blink and you'll miss it though, because there's absolutely nothing here. That's Bedlam. I'm entering Great Elm. We've got the church, St. Mary Magdalene, up here somewhere. So we'll go and investigate. The line runs through east to west. Here we are. Ooh. Is it open? Locked. St. Mary's of Magdalene's sitting on the ley line. Nice view. Oh, it suddenly got cold. This church is actually built on a Roman site, 12th century, and they built the church on top of it. There is some, what is thought to be Roman stonework in there. Right, I'm going to do a bit of dowsing. Direct centre. Coming back the other way. Seems to work every time on the St. Michael and Mary line. It does seem to work every time. This is St. Mary's Church, again sat on the Michael line, so I concur. Dowsability. So as an artefact, this church was built on a Roman settlement back in the day, and there are rumours that there is a tunnel running from the church to one of the nearby houses. And it is said that when people come here, they do feel a sense of peace. Shit me up. Being I've just had that plane fly over, I haven't quite experienced that myself today. But when you look at the back here and the view, it is lovely. No synchronicities. And as far as resonant grounding goes, well, it's a bit chilly and that plane scared me to death, so possibly not as much here today. That's artifact 2 done. It's a lovely public footpath between Great Elm and Mells. Look at this. All this green. Moss. Soft. Some kind of weird fantasy land. I think you have to be here to appreciate it. Coming into Mells now. We're not that far now from the finish point for the day. The back of the church, quite an impressive church it is. Cool. Let's get over there. So I've arrived at St Andrews in Mells and I've walked 6.42 miles in 2 hours 9 minutes, which isn't too bad. Much better paths today. So let's go and have a look and get inside. It's absolutely freezing. Oh, it's cold. Oh, that snow's coming. I've got to walk back yet. St Andrew's Church, Mells, a place of poets and pilgrims. So this is the last stop. And with this one, it's packed with history, I think. We're talking knights, poets, and a connection to one of the greatest war poets of all time, Siegfried Sassoon. Nothing to do with the hairdressers. His grave is here, and for all those who don't know who he was one of the most famous World War I poets, known for his brutally honest writing about the war. But this church has got a lot of medieval history about it, tombs in there and things. Hopefully we can go in and have a look. That's a nice church. Wouldn't say there's anything that special about it. The church has apparently got some connections with knights and nobles, and apparently it's on a ley line, but I'll be honest, I just need to do a bit more with my dowsing rods to try and find it here. Not entirely sure if it runs through the church or not, if I'm honest, but I'll have another go. As far as resonant grounding goes, I've struggled today. So dowsability though has been good today. I definitely think I seem to be getting better at it. It just seems to happen all the time. As artefacts go, I think the 3 places I've visited today and the addition of Bedlam has been quite enjoyable. It's made for a very good walk, much better than last week's walk. And synchronicities, well, other than starting off talking about the Templars, there's been, I'll say, 1 synchronicity then for today. Other than that, I've not come across anything. I was half expecting to run into a goat, if I'm honest. So that's it for another week. My journey continues across Somerset. So that's the end of this week's journey. Don't forget, feel your way and follow the ley. Still needs some work on that outro.